Hello everybody. This video is part of the Points of Interest tutorial series that I'm doing, and this one covers the Autoshop. So this one can be found. Sorry, I didn't mean to stretch my voice like that. This one can be found at 710 South, 1350 East. That's roughly about the center of this point of interest. Yeah, it's fairly close. It'll bring you to the point of interest anyways. It's a fairly large one. And it's actually really close to a spawn point. I believe you will spawn out by this car or something like that. You'll spawn somewhere out here. If you start a new world and you spawn in an area that looks like this, if you just travel down the road, you will actually find this point of interest. Keep in mind, this place will be crawling with zombies. There will be a lot of them. So, but you'll find dogs, what we call Mo, that's the bigger guys. They have a lot more health than the regular zombies, and you'll find a lot of regular zombies. So this area is actually a really good place to loot as long as you are prepared to take on the number of zombies that will appear here. Now I turned them off so that way I could preserve everything as much as possible. What you can expect to find here is a number of gas barrels, which are very useful. You can use them for demolition purposes. They will destroy quite a bit of land and even this road, which has a lot of health. And I'm just going to demonstrate that really quickly right here. The best way that I've found is to dig 2 blocks deep, and put them down. It's useful for building a trench, and then you're going to want to elevate yourself far enough away so that you won't get hit in the blast. I've demonstrated this in a previous video before, but I figured I'll just quickly show it here as well. Now you can use a gun or the bow or a crossbow, any ranged weapon really, and just shoot it. And it removes quite a bit of land. It'll probably lag your game out a little bit. So that's whoops, not really what I meant to do. So it'll remove a 9-block wide area. Keep in mind for the more resilient blocks that it may not destroy it completely. So anyways, on with the rest of this point of interest. You'll find a number of birds' nests, garbage piles, suitcases. Like, I'll kind of briefly go over them as well, search some of them. Sometimes you'll find, I guess, flashlights in the suitcases. And I have my loot abundance set to 200%. I like to search all the foul trash or the garbage piles, as you may find schematics. They're not always useful. Glue is good for duct tape. In the oven you could find the all-important cooking pot if you don't have one already. And if you do have one, you can scrap it for some iron. And some more foul trash. I don't know the full loot containers of all these things, but see, so I found some shotgun schematics as well as some gunpowder in just a pile of garbage. Duffel bags and bags are good for weapon parts. You'll also find things like glass jars. And yeah, so that's on top of these here. If you're coming into this area, it's a good idea to bring some wood frames to jump up onto here. You can pick up the wooden chair for some fuel or just leave it behind. Also, you will find tires on top of here, which you can harvest for some tires sometimes. And I think you can use pretty much any tool to harvest these. Got some cloth and some more spoiled trash, which gave me some cotton seeds. Not the most useful seed, but it does help eventually. And we found some brass short iron pipes, which will be good if you don't have a forge, and for other things. Got some duct tape and oil. And so yeah, that's about it for these 4 dumpsters up here. We'll continue on with the rest of it. So there's some trash piles. Whoops. And found a claw hammer schematic inside the trash. And some glass, not very useful to me. And nothing in the car. Sometimes they are good for auger parts, batteries, engines, and various other things. And trash has nothing. The fridge usually contains canned goods, glass jars, water, sometimes meat. Found another oil barrel, or sorry, gas barrel. And another blue sedan. A couple of trash piles over here as well. So yeah, sometimes they don't have anything. Got a couple of feathers. Sometimes helpful if you are running out, or if you need to make more arrows. And the all-important toilet, which may sometimes have a pistol, or at least that's how it used to be. Corpses, which are good for weapon parts and ammo. And a cardboard box, which generally doesn't have very useful things. Lead, however, I would consider useful. Got a bird's nest for feathers. I'm sure you know what's in these. And another oven. Oh look, 6 more cooking pots. This is with, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, but just in case I didn't, with loot percent at 200, loot abundance at 200%. So it gave me quite a bit of extras. We got some random trussing out in the yard. And a dumpster. I never find anything good in these. They're good for storage though. If you run out of space, you can dump all your garbage into there and come back for it later. Oh, and this is the garage storage box. You can find pretty much all the same things that you can find in a car in these. So like engines and car batteries. And auger parts as well. So brass car radiators, I think they're only good for getting brass. I need to redo the test and see whether or not the forge will give you more materials for just this or for scrapping it. So stay tuned for that at some point. And yeah, that's about it there. Got a car that you can pull apart. Some beds. Another tire. A lot of tires over here. Oh, there we go. Finally got one. 302. Oh, if you have a lot of tires, or if you find like a really poor quality tire, you can scrap these for iron. Nothing in the car. My scavenging skills are terrible. What is that? Oh, it's a bunny. It's a rabbit. Huh, weird. Okay, over here we got some trash on top of the box. It's a cardboard box. Oh, cool, I actually found something useful. That's interesting. I didn't know you could find oil in there. And some more trash over here, if I can get it. Got some painkillers. Those are good to use for health. More trash that I forgot to search. And nothing in that. Got a duffel bag. We got some weapon parts. Honestly, I don't use melee weapons that often. I use the hammer now, so I normally just chuck that away. I'll take the rest. And in the regular game, I usually just scrap clothes right away, so that way I can make bandages or repair kits. And over here we got some duct tape and jars in the trash pile. Lead and paper. Some cloth. And some candy tins. Useful for mines if you so wish. I honestly think it's a waste of gunpowder. I don't know what... Oh, yeah, well, I was flying. You probably don't have to worry about that, but that barbed wire up there will hurt you. Got some trash here. Sometimes the targeting can be a bit off. And some lead and some iron arrowheads. Another tire. Got some trash right there. And also, there's a cooking pot just lying about. So if you didn't manage to find one over there or beforehand, before you came here, you can find a guaranteed cooking pot right on this garbage can. Sometimes you get stuck on that little piece of metal. Some more trash here. And there's two garbage piles here. We got some brass and some iron chest armor schematics. Oh, one thing I want to note is iron armor is useful in the desert biome because, let me just show you. Iron chest armor will give you negative insulation, which means it'll make you colder. So using it in the snow biome would make you a lot colder. However, it's useful to wear it in the desert, as it'll act as it'll cool you down. So I figured I'd just give you that little tip really quickly here. There's another cooking pot just sitting about. You got some iron arrowheads. And nothing in this one. There's a small trash bin that you can loot. And I guess I will... Did I finish this up? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'll come back to that corner there and I'll search this side here. Oh, I already searched this one, didn't I? Alright. And we got some tin cans, which once you find a cooking pot, you probably should be scrapping those. That is just my personal opinion though. And you can always destroy these little things for paper, the ones that you cannot search. Some more tin cans. Nothing. And some iron arrowheads. And in this duffel bag we found a cool machete. Some people like to use this. I personally find the range on it is really terrible. We found a surprisingly good pistol grip for my scavenging skills, and bottled water, and a pistol receiver. And some short iron pipes. Some cloth, and I think I did that one. We'll go over this way. Nothing in these trash piles. Another corpse for some ammo, hopefully. There we go. We got 9mm and 10mm. Wow, even these corpses slow down your walking speed. And some old sham sandwiches. Some people like to use this as food. I don't know what you're thinking about. Food poisoning is not a fun thing to have in this game, as well as the sentry, so I personally just toss it. I don't ever use that. You could pick it up and collect it if you want. That's really your choice. I personally don't ever use it. I don't need it. It's a waste of space for me. And we found some feathers. And a couple more tin cans and iron arrowheads. I think I searched that one. Yeah. Some brass, another toilet, see if I get a pistol. Nope, not this time. And if you come along this way, you can find a bedroll all ready for you to set your spawn point. Some rubbish. Some bullet casings, which are good, saves you a bit of brass. Campfire to use. We found some paper. And a cardboard box. Now this one, on the other hand, this moldy bread can be used with a beaker in the campfire, I believe, to make used with potassium nitrate to use antibiotics. And some more painkillers. Now I'll just show you that here really quickly. Antibiotics, moldy bread, nitrate powder, but you do require the beaker, which can be found on nurses. And sometimes in sinks, I believe. I don't quite remember. So, they are a little rare. Another bird's nest. I'm not going to search that. You should know what's in there. Eggs and feathers. And if we come over this way again, some more rotting trash with painkillers. And you can always destroy these for some, well, not that, but these for some iron. Find another gas barrel. Try not to attack them or let a zombie attack them, as they will blow up, as I showed you. Even from a punch. So, found some empty jars, a nice car you can pull apart. Over here we have a gas pump that you can search for gas cans. A trash can over here. I'm not too sure, but I think this can explode. I'll do that later once I search everything. And I forgot to check out whether or not these gas pumps will explode. Nope, they don't explode. So that's good to know. Ooh, we got a fancy toilet with murky water, like always. And this pile of garbage had duct tape and glass jars. In the fridge we find some water. Ooh, another gas barrel. And in the trash bin we have some gunpowder. Oh, we actually got the tires this time. Come back over this way and we have another trash pile. Now this is probably not the quickest way to loot it. I'm just showing you all the loot containers that I can get to. I may have missed one or two, but this is generally how I go about this area, as they're spread out pretty far. Yeah, some painkillers and some iron in the form of a tin can. And before we go on top of these, I'm just going to go around this entire area. I'm pretty sure I looted this. There's an air conditioner that you can pull apart. Another gas barrel. I'll come back to that and just go around the outside. Over here we find a trash can. Nothing in it. There's a lot of trash piles in this point of interest. Some paper and wood in the cardboard box. And another gas barrel. And some more bullet casings. Yeah, that one's searched. We'll go back over here. And wood and paper. And duct tape. And in here we found a shotgun stock and a useless to me wooden club. You could burn them, but honestly they take up too much space. And we found some more we found some more paper in the file trash. And nothing. Some more hunting rifle parts and the reinforced wooden club. You could use this as a weapon, or you can scrap it for a little bit of iron. So that gave me 3. And a black t-shirt that I can scrap for some cloth. And some more oil. And candy tin and some glass jars. And I fell short. And some painkillers. And gunpowder. And we found bullet casings and some lead fishing weights that we can scrap for lead or just throw in the forge as is. Wood and feathers. Shotgun stock, wooden club, and a leather duster. And we found some more cloth. Candy tin and iron arrowheads. And some gunpowder and brass. So that's pretty much it for the outside of this place here. Let me just double check, see if there's anything else. I don't think so. So you can try and get in from there. You'll have to destroy that barbed wire, and that's in the back of the area here. Oh, I almost missed one. So on top of the fridge there is a moldy backpack, which is also good for weapon parts. You'll find canned food and sometimes clothes. Alright. Oh, and I forgot this trash can. Nothing in it though. Double check, make sure I searched this one. I did not. Found brass doorknobs and glue. Pretty sure all of this is searched now. So there's a number of ways to get in. You can come in through the window. You can come in through that door, which is probably a waste of your time, as you can just go through this. You can come in through this area right here. Whoops. I was trying to find an easier way out, but it doesn't look like it. Or you can just come in through the big bay doors here that will not move. So in the garage there's a car that you can search. Not very much good loot this time. And short iron pipes and a gas barrel. And nothing in that trash. We found some brass doorknobs and another set of tires. I'm not sure if scavenging helps with the tires or not. I'll have to double check that. We find some trash right here and another gas pump. Great for a lot of fuel. Some more iron pipes in this trash bin. And some more iron pipes in this trash. Is this... it's no longer called the developer chest, but that's alright. So we got two candy tins and gunpowder in the chest up top there. Not really a whole lot else going on up there. And there's really nothing up here either. Figured I'd double check though just to make sure. Doesn't look like there's anything. So in this trash pile here we have some lead. And there's another one, foul trash, with brass trophies and painkillers. And we have another gas barrel. This just leads outside. Apparently it was unlocked for me. That's for that area there. These are the barbed wire that I was talking about earlier. Some more trash with paper and oil. Another set of tires that didn't give me any. And some gunpowder. And there is a bird's nest hidden up here if you need it. Two lockers here. Wow, they're not shooting out clothes like they usually do. Alright, so I'm going to stay on the bottom floor for now. And this was that first area that I showed you. We have a cupboard. These are generally not that great to loot, to be honest. Sinks, however, can contain wrenches and cooking pots. This guy here. We have a gold sink tap. That's pretty cool. Wooden chair that we can burn. This door that's locked, which you will have to get through. Or you could have just went through the window like I showed there. Inside here you'll find two bookcases. Unfortunately it only had paper. And we find the sawed-off shotgun schematic. Well, I did that this time. And some paper. So these are great for schematics, as I'm sure everybody knows. Got a cabinet here with some paper. Trash can. And we have two beverage coolers over here. This one only had jars in both of them. Sometimes you'll find beer, which is great for keeping your stamina up if you're doing long tasks like digging. And in the cupboard we only find canned food. Medicine cabinet is great for finding painkillers, as well as bandages and splints sometimes, I believe. I think you'll find beakers in here as well. I'm not too sure, I don't remember. And we're going to stay on the bottom floor and show you what's in here. And instead of taking forever, I'm just going to go through. So, inside this little room, you'll find a gun safe. That'll take me 30 minutes to get through. Not for real, I'm just joking, but I shall see you when I'm done. Okay, so I opened up the gun safe, and inside we found a whole bunch of gun parts for various weapons. Mostly the pistol and the shotgun, and one rifle part. All really terrible quality. And up these stairs, there's a locked door that you'll have to get through. And you will find these couches, which are actually leather. So if you need leather for like the crossbow or part of the mini bike, you can just chop these up. Oops, I don't know my buttons. And there you go. You don't have to make it. This is just back out to the top floor of this area. You can either go through the locked door or just go through the window like this. Get some paper from that. And over here you'll find a garbage pile. Ooh, we got some coffee beans and wood. These can be grown, or you can use them with bottled water to make coffee, which has the same effect as beer, except it'll reduce your wellness. If you want to grow these, just use the coffee beans on tilled soil or fresh dirt that you just placed. And in the trash can we found some cloth, short iron pipes, and empty tin cans. Oh, you can get cloth from these beds as well. Over here is an old sink. We found cooking pots this time and a short iron pipe. Usually I'm searching for a wrench. And some tin cans. And as you can see, cupboards are not really that great of a loot object. And we can see outside with these windows. Over here is an oven. Sometimes you'll find wrenches in here, I think, as well. And nothing in the fridge. And this is just back downstairs, right? Okay. So we'll go up to the top floor here, and we'll find 4 air conditioners that you can pull apart with the wrench. And kind of a perch. There's a bird's nest. And I'm just going to double check to see if this roof is sturdy anymore. Or sorry, to see if this roof is sturdy, because it used to be really bad where if you walked on it, it would just fall down. Okay, so I wasn't recording when I did that. I really wish I was. So the roof on top of this is safe to walk on, but as soon as I placed a block, the entire roof pretty much caved in. So just don't place any blocks on top of it. Whoops. That's pretty much it for this point of interest here. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below, and if you liked the video or if it helped you out, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome tutorials. Bye bye.